Happy Friday, everyone. It's almost the weekend, and I'm super excited for this weekend in particular because I'm competing in my second powerlifting meet tomorrow. I'm Stella Chung, and in today's fix, another Metroid game is coming to the Nintendo Switch, Sony is being forced to reveal its PS5 exclusivity deals to Microsoft, and a look at some of Destiny 2 Lightfall's quality of life changes. Presented by Destiny 2 Lightfall. Another Metroid game is releasing for the Nintendo Switch. Well, kind of. The classic Game Boy Advance game Metroid Fusion is joining the Nintendo Switch Online Game Boy Advance library next week. A tweet from Nintendo has a March 9th release date, while a press release from Nintendo states March 8th, so it will definitely appear in the app at some point between those dates. Metroid Fusion is the first additional Game Boy Advance game being added to the Switch Online collection after Nintendo launched the service in February. With this being the fourth game in the 2D Metroid saga, the entire collection will now be available on the Switch. Well, minus the original game's remake Zero Mission, the other excellent Metroid game that originally launched on the GBA. Users will need both Nintendo Switch Online and the expansion pack before they're able to download Metroid Fusion and the rest of the Game Boy Advance games. But all of this can be done from the Switch Online app on the console itself. Now we just need Zero Mission, Prime 2, Prime 3, Prime Pinball, and oh yeah, that one Metroid soccer game we don't talk about. Actually, you know what? Just forget I said that. Pretend I never mentioned it. Speaking of Nintendo services, Nintendo has actually taken the Wii U versions of Mario Kart 8 and Splatoon offline as there were security issues relating to online play. Oatmeal Dome, an established data miner, suggested in a tweet that the games could have been taken offline due to a network vulnerability called ENL buffer pwn. According to the Twitter thread, this vulnerability allows attackers to take over another player's console simply by connecting to them via multiplayer matchmaking. Oatmeal Dome noted that multiple Wii U, Switch, and 3DS games have been patched to protect users from this attack, but Splatoon 1 and Mario Kart 8 did not. Maybe our parents were right about strangers on the internet. With the ongoing FTC investigation with Microsoft's proposal to acquire Activision Blizzard, Microsoft demanded access to various Sony documents to help them build a case. Microsoft subpoenaed documents from Sony to get a look at Sony's own exclusivity deals. A judge from the FTC upheld parts of Microsoft's subpoena of Sony, stating that the nature and extent of SIE's content licensing agreements are relevant to allegations of exclusivity arrangements between video game console developers and video game developers and publishers. Microsoft originally requested access to the last 10 years of exclusivity documents, but Judge Chappelle granted Sony's request to limit those documents of exclusive contracts from January 1st, 2019 to the present. So Microsoft didn't get everything they wanted, but they are getting some access to help them build their argument. Either way, this is a slow, ongoing legal battle between two companies, and we're probably not going to see a resolution soon. But we'll be sure to keep you updated as news drops. Isn't it fun watching two massive video game corporations fight over money and games every day? Never gets old. And finally, Destiny 2 Lightfall marks the addition of quality of life improvements for Guardians all around the world. Alongside its launch, all Destiny 2 players will gain access to a new mod manager that, you guessed it, allows players to quickly manage their mods on armor and weapons. Builds are now easier than ever to create. You asked, and Bungie delivered. In addition to managing mods, loadouts have also arrived in Destiny 2. The new loadout managers allows players to create builds and save them in-game, allowing you to swap between up to 10 builds at a time per character. Bungie has also added Guardian ranks to Destiny 2. From introducing you to the fundamentals of Destiny to getting you raid ready, this new system helps point you in the right direction of what to do next, and lets you know how well-versed the rest of your fire team is in all things Destiny. Players can advance their Guardian rank by completing objectives and receiving commendations. That's right, commendations. Now you can be rewarded for being a good Guardian. Commendations allow players to create stronger connections with each other by easing the barrier of communication while playing. After completing an activity, players can express their gratitude and celebrate fellow Guardians with the press of a button. Doing so helps raise the player's Guardian rank and, over time, unlock specific commendations like Pace Setter, Saint's Favorite, and more, showing the world that, hey, maybe you do know what you're talking about. Are you excited to play Metroid Fusion? I actually still need to play Metroid Prime Remastered for the Switch. But now that you're all caught up on the news, check out our 21 survival tips and tricks for surviving in Sons of the Forest if you're playing early access. Also, if you want to watch me compete in my powerlifting meet, I'll be streaming it at 8 a.m. Pacific tomorrow on my Twitch channel. If not, no worries because it's super early, but be sure to download the IGN app, subscribe to the Daily Fix on Snapchat, and of course, for all things gaming, keep it right here at IGN.